Good afternoon, everybody. This is Nate from the Kraemer Life. Today is June 9th. That means that we have been here for 10 days. Here, being at Mr. Wayne's farm, boondocking, so we can woof it. That's right, we are woofing it, which is a acronym for this, which basically means that we are doing farm work in exchange for a place to live.
Tell you one thing.
Yeah.
A good drip irrigation systems.
That would be great, wouldn't it?
We need. These plants are struggling.
Yeah.
It was a very weak rain we got.
Yes.
I'm trying to soak a whole lot around the plants.
Oh, okay.
And get the ones that we planted last.
Well, I can bring down my
to last.
2 hoses so we can extend the hose so you can be a little bit more productive with the watering. Let's see how fast we can get these things watered. Now that we have a hose, is it a little bit better?
Oh yeah.
Good.
And I can stand straight up.
Yeah.
Been bending over with that waterer.
Yeah, good.
And I've got a consistency where, see, if you give it too much, it goes off.
Yep.
We want it to sink in up here.
Mr. Wayne has asked that as I'm doing things, helping him around the farm, doing chores, whatever, that if there's efficiencies to gain or something I see we can do a little bit better or different, then let him know. He and I both already know this, but hauling water is not efficient at all. So I think our next major task has to be finding a way to get a reliable water source down to this operation down here. So I brought a bunch of water for the tractor. I'm going to also check the oil. It was not running as smoothly as it had been previously. Checking the oil while the engine is still warm is not a real good indication of the actual level of oil, because it hasn't all settled down into the pan after having been cycled through the engine. So I'm going to give it a read here, but I may choose to do this a little bit later, maybe another hour or 2, to let the engine really cool and all of the oil to settle back into the pan. It was in the add oil, so I'm going to give it another hour to cool down, and then we'll see if the oil level's accurate. When you're checking the radiator, you want to be very careful, because this stuff becomes boiling hot. Steam will come out of here. It'll burn your whatever's in the area, your hand, your face, whatever. So you need to remove these things very carefully. I think this thing has cooled down enough to where I'm not in danger anymore. It's been long enough. Hi, buggers. Is it another toasty day? Oh, Kinsley, is it another toasty day? Oh, you get her. You get her. You get her. While the tractor is cooling down, Mr. Wayne is still watering. After I'm done bush hogging, cutting the grass out in that area, we're going to redisc the remaining rows, the remaining garden area, for weed control. So I'm going to start cleaning some stuff up, getting this area ready to disc. One of the items I'll do is move the chicken netting that we're using to try to keep the dogs out of the gardens that we've planted. So I'm going to bring them back closer to the row of peppers and the tomatoes down there, so that way we can disc this area. I'll finish up the rest of the fence after Mr. Wayne is done watering. I'll just continue cleaning up these beds, getting the plastic off, and anything else that I see that a disc will not do well with. And I just realized that I really haven't had anything to eat today. Let's see, what time is it? It is, wow, it's 2 o'clock. I've had a lot to drink, lots of water. Let's see, did I have anything? I had a power bar, a protein bar this morning. That was about 9 o'clock. I know that Katie made me a sandwich. It's in my lunch box, which in my lunch cooler, which is in the truck, which is over there. What kind of sandwich did I get today? Got some asparagus, fresh out of the garden, of course. And, ooh, here we go. What do we got? Got rye bread, hard salami, pepper jack cheese, Colby cheese, kale from our garden, probably like a vinaigrette, mayonnaise, and mustard. I love these sandwiches. Don't eat the algae. Come on, Floyd, up this way, buddy. Come on. Come on. You gotta stop drinking while you swim. All right, let's go, guys. Come on. Let's go. That'll cool you down. Come on, Floyd. Come on, let's go. Come on. It got wet real fast. This is not my sweat this time. This is just rainwater. Whew. Mr. Wayne and I are waiting out this little storm. We're hoping it's a little storm, because our plan was to put the disc on the tractor and plow the remaining portion of the gardens, but a surprise thunderstorm dropped up on us. So we're hiding underneath his sawmill. What do you call this?
Shelter.
Sawmill shelter. Waiting for the rain to pass. We're testing to see if this soil is too wet to disc, because it'll just clump up between the discs and become a muddy mess.
It's notice the bottom part.
Yeah.
It's pretty loose. The top is pretty wet.
Yeah.
If we gave it a little time,
It'll dry out. So
Right.
give it a little time.
yeah.
Okay. I'm exhausted. Katie's exhausted. But she still made a delicious dinner. What did you make, babe?
I made French toast with bacon, eggs, fried potatoes, and French toast with made out of butter pound cake, and a cherry syrup with cream cheese in it.
I think it's gonna fill me up.
Yes.
Good afternoon, everybody. Today is June 10th. It's a Thursday. Normally I have Tuesdays and Thursdays off, but today I'm swapping a Thursday for a Friday day off. Mr. Wayne wants a project finished, and we didn't want to wait one more day for it. He wants the rest of the garden beds re-disked to turn up the weeds and do weed control. Kind of a late start for us today. It rained pretty heavy last night and yesterday, so the area is still kind of damp and makes the dirt a little bit more sticky, and it might stick in the middle of the discs. So I've been waiting for it to kind of dry out. It's not drying out as fast as I would like, so I'm gonna go give it a try. Instead of going really deep, I'll start with a shallow disking, and we'll see if that works. Now that we have the garden beds plowed and mostly weeded, we're gonna put down weed barrier to reduce the amount of weeds. Mr. Wayne wants this 3-foot wide weed barrier cut in half, so that way he can put one of the sides on the right side of the row and the other side on the left side of the road. And then he also wants these to be cut into 25-foot lengths. So I'm gonna see if I can find a way to cut this weed barrier roll in half before it's unrolled. I'm not really sure the best way of doing this, so this is going to be a little trial and error. I've cut it in half with my serrated blade. Apparently I am not good at measuring. I don't know what I was thinking, but I decided that the halfway point on 36 inches was 16 inches, which it ain't. So we have one side that is 4 inches longer than the other side. Sorry, Mr. Wayne. Let's go roll some of this in place. All right, Katie just came over and said dinner's ready, so I'm gonna call it a night for working and go check out what's for dinner. I came running after I put the last bricks on.
You can see I waited for you.
What is it? Looks like
we got steak, asparagus, bacon, and potatoes.
Oh yeah, look at that.